Previously on Opinion-Ville, did this happen?
Professor, I've detected a potentially devastating temporal anomaly approaching.
Weapon charged to maximum evil level.
It is imperative that you get to Dunder Labs immediately. Hey, what's behind that gigantic door? Behind that door, gentlemen, is the contingency plan.
Well, let's get to it. There's a commandment I want to break real bad.
Indeed. Let's get to it. Everyone else has already arrived and is on board.
On board what?
The contingency plan. Computer, open Hangar Bay 94.
Wait. That really happened last time? Okay.
This is really a spaceship?
Spaceship, how mundane. This is a vehicle capable of both interstellar and time travel.
So, rocket ship.
Rocket ship? Where do you think you are? I'm no NASA primitive with their archaic liquid-fueled buffoonery. There is not Rocket One on this ship.
So, what makes the ship go?
Well, in space, we use a trans-dimensional energy siphon to generate thrust, but such an engine would be too dangerous to use in Earth's atmosphere. So for launch capabilities, it has a controlled anti-gravitational slingshot drive.
Techno word salad. Aren't you glad you asked, Jason? But there'll be lots of smoke and fire and stuff when we take off, right? I love that stuff.
No, there is no stuff. We will literally launch into the air at incredible speed.
Won't that, kill us?
Of course not. This baby comes with all the prerequisite safety features. Inertial dampeners, artificial gravity, life support.
Food replicators?
Yes, but I'm afraid they can only replicate a very small number of foodstuffs. I hope you gentlemen enjoy tapioca pudding, bologna sandwiches, and Mr. Pibb.
Transporters?
If my intention was to murder and then replicate you on a regular basis, I would have installed them. But no. We have a far superior site-to-site quantum bubble generator.
A what now?
A magic space door.
So, no smoke, or engine roar, or fire. Can there at least be a countdown?
That I leave entirely up to you, Captain.
Captain? Jason is captain? I'm the captain. I thought you were going to be the captain, Dunderhead.
Me? Don't be absurd. I'm going to hold a much more important position. Science officer.
Why does Proto-Nerd get to be El Capitan? Why not me? I'm the natural leader around here. I lead a whole church.
You mean you used to? Reverend Pone blew the first Monstitarian church to smithereens!
A smoldering ash pile of a church is still a church. I should be the captain of this thing.
I built the ship and I formulated the contingency plan, so I get to choose what everybody does. I painstakingly chose assignments for each of you based on your unique skills and personalities. If you don't like it, then you can go fornicate yourself.
Oh man, the indignant part of me wants to storm out, but the part of me that wants to murder Pone wants me to stay. I don't know if I can be captain. I mean, it has been a dream of mine since I was little to be the captain of a starship, but I don't think I have the temperament or know-how. I mean, I don't even know the layout of this ship, much less how it works.
That's what the implants were for. Once activated, the implants will download the required knowledge of this ship's capabilities directly into your tiny minds.
So you've built a spaceship that can time travel, has artificial gravity, replicators, and engines that defy the known laws of physics, and for some reason you aren't a quadrillionaire and the most famous person in the world?
Gentlemen, I don't science for personal wealth and fame. I invent and investigate for the sheer thrill of discovery.
So where'd you get the money to pay for all this?
Oh, I uploaded a computer virus on the internet that secretly gives me 1/1,000,000% on every online financial transaction. It really adds up.
But the tech on this ship could help all of humanity and make you rich.
True, but as our current predicament clearly demonstrates, humanity is not ready for this level of technology. Instead of one insane person with a time machine, we would be chasing thousands of insane people with time machines. Speaking of which, where is Pone? Good question. Name frame, what is the current location and status of Pone's ship?
Reverend Pone is currently in orbit, and sensors indicate that his ship's batteries are charged and ready to initiate a time jump.
I wonder what he's waiting for.
I told you we should have turned the artificial gravity on before we went into space.
Shut up and just try to get close to the controls so we can turn the dang blasted thing on.
Well, that's easier said than done, sunshine.
Name frame? You're the ship's computer?
No, I am the main viewer and the computer interface.
Indeed, while I am loath to use the term magic to describe Name Frame's abilities, the opportunity to employ his unique talents was too good to pass up.
That and I make this bridge look fabulous.
So, who else is on board this thing? Hobabs! Me am! Oswald! Indeed, he is the helmsman. Oswald is the pilot? Tootin', I'm the bestest space guy pilot thingy ever. Brainy Beardo Man says so. Okay, we all know we're gonna die now, right? Oh, tut-tut. Despite his general intellectual deficiency, Oswald has demonstrated to me the prerequisite skills needed to pilot this ship.
What prerequisite skills?
Fearlessness and raw instinct. That's right, I'm not scared of nothing, except spiders and toothbrush goblins. And Professor Smart Guy says that there ain't any of those things in space.
So, Jason is captain, Oswald is helm. What am I?
Navigation.
And me?
You have two positions. You are both communications and morale officer. Ooh, what about me? What am I? I'm Admiral, right? King High Space Admiral. Until recently, you were to be ballast, but now that we know who our time machine thief is, you are now the official tactical advisor. Is that important? Like, more important than captain? How is Fundy a technical advisor? He has the least amount of tact than anybody in Opinion-Ville. Well, who better to anticipate the plans of a right-wing conservative religious zealot? It takes a lunatic to catch a lunatic. Good point. Hey, wait a minute. Just because me and Pone are both Christians doesn't mean that we think the same way. You don't see me flying around in a time machine blowing stuff up. As much fun as that could be.
Oh, nobody's saying that. It's just that you're more qualified than any of us to guess what Pone plans to do.
Just because we have the same religion, that is discrimination, or profiling, or something bad. Not all Christians are timeline-destroying crazy people.
True, it's just that out of all of us, you probably can guess at Pone's plans. It doesn't mean you're like him.
No, but that's implied. Your religious affiliations are a factor. However, what makes you qualified are your other personality traits. Me and Pone are nothing alike. No, you are a greedy, scheming, insensitive jerkhole, and Pone is a greedy, scheming, insensitive jerkhole with a time machine. That is religious bigotry. Well, I'm leaving. You want a tactical advisor? Then why don't you call Pat Robertson?
Fundy, just because you have a lot in common with Pone doesn't mean you and him are the same.
And it doesn't mean that all Christians are bad. He is bad, and you are...
A greedy, scheming, insensitive jerkhole? Yes, but you're our greedy, insensitive jerkhole.
Almost got it, mate.
Just wait until I'm closer to the floor.
No telling when I'm gonna float by this control panel again.
Ah!
All right. Engage the time drive. Okay, well, what are we waiting for? Let's get this ship into space. I should probably activate the implants first so that we don't destroy ourselves. Good idea. Destroying ourselves would be bad. Computer, activate the implants.
The computer did it already.
What do you mean already?
The computer activated the implants the moment they entered Dunder Labs.
No, it didn't. I don't know anything about this ship. Do I?
Neither do I. I mean, sure, I understand that if I hit these buttons here, I can get a detailed scan of the area around the ship for up to 3 light years, and that these are the collision detectors, and if I adjust these controls, I can cycle through several thousand files containing star charts and possible routes. Hey, I know what everything on this board does, too!
I got nothing. This is so weird. It's like I know all the systems of the ship and what they're capable of. Like I've always known it. This is amazing, Dunderhead!
Science, motherfuckers! Can you dig it?
Attention! Sensors indicate that Pone's ship is attempting to open some sort of time vortex.
On the main viewer.
I believe it's time to beat the proverbial cheeks. If Pone enters that time vortex, the moment it closes, this timeline will be destroyed.
Right. Gary, patch me through to the intercom.
Aye, Captain.
Oh man, if this calling him Captain keeps up, there'll be no living with that little nerd. Attention all decks. Reverend Pone has just opened a big time vortex thing with the intent of traveling back through time and fucking our shit up. Well, I like our shit just the way it is, so let's get up there and catch him. Or destroy him. I'm here for the destroying. Or destroy him if it's necessary. All stations, give me a go, no go for launch. Communications.
Go.
Navigation.
Go.
Helm.
Yupper doodles.
Science station.
Go.
Tactical.
Whatever.
Weapon control.
Locked and loaded and ready to wreck that noob.
Engineering.
Dar, the engine be as ready as a thing that is ready to do something, Captain.
Waste control.
This is the worst job on the ship.
Seldom use characters that could die without upsetting too many people but still have a dramatic impact.
What did he say?
Mr. Fuzzy Britches, take us out.
What? You mean make ship fly now?
Yes!
Yay! Everybody hang on to your bottoms, cause this ship goes really fast.
Yeah, right, fast. How fast can this thing really...
I told everybody to hang on to their bottoms.
Oh, well, I did, and now my bottom is down around my feet. Name frame, show us Pone's ship.
Here it is! It appears to be heading into the vortex.
Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war.
He's entered the vortex. We must enter it ourselves before it closes.
Oswald, punch it.
Consider it punched, Cappy.
Once we go through there, we'll be able to come back, right?
Possibly.
Possibly? Now you throw out possibly? What about Raul and Lapido? Will I ever see them again?
Possibly.
Again with the possibly! We have no choice. If we don't chase Pone through that time vortex, then everything we know will be destroyed. Raul, Lapido, Opinion-Ville, the whole world probably.
Possibly the universe as well.
Will you stop with the possiblies? Just remember, Fundy, we don't do this for us. We're doing this for everybody. If we never see Opinion-Ville again, so be it. Fine, but I want it on the record that this is the stupidest thing we have ever done. Agreed.
Seconded. Noted in the ship's record.
Okay, guys, grab onto your bottoms once again. Here we go. Holy sack of potatoes! Did you see me fly that spaceship around?
Yeah, I did.
Wowie, wow, wow.
Oswald,
What?
you have a lot of important announcements to make.
I do?
Yes.
Okay. What were they?
that we're taking a little break. We're taking a break? We just traveled through a time thingy. We can't leave the audience thinking that we traveled through a time thingy and then don't do anything. I have been working my ass off for 3 weeks to produce these last 3 episodes. It's my birthday. I always take a break around this time. Tell them we're going to be back after about 3 weeks off. They'll hate us. Let them know that we'll be posting some little things up until the next season kicks off. Why should I? You just did. Oh, yeah. Did you let them know that there will be stuff posted on Patreon for our Patreon patrons on a regular basis? Insider stuff, behind the scenes stuff, special stuff? Sure, I can just repeat what you just said. Just pimp the podcast then. Okie dokie. Hey everybody, go listen to this podcast. It's called Late Seating with Steve and Jason, where they review a movie. Or go to this podcast. It's called Lemme Finish with Jason and Atticus. Or you can see this new podcast that's in the Lemme Listen podcast family called Cinema Shack. And it features 2 dudes talking about weird things about movies. And it's also awesome. No wonder you're all exhausted doing this and doing your podcast. I always overextend myself. You really should take a break. That's why I'm taking 3 weeks off. Okay, don't yell at me. Anyway, go to those podcasts. It's really fun and nice. And we'll be back in 3 weeks with some thrilling more adventures of Oswald in space. Maybe he'll get a girlfriend that's an alien. Maybe he'll fly through a supernova and come out the other side and he'll be like, that's right, I'm Oswald, Space Pilot Supreme. I don't think any of those things are going to happen. You're not the boss of the show. Technically, I am. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we'll be back, and there'll be stuff up, don't worry. And you guys are used to this, he always takes a break around this time, because he's lazy. Not lazy, I'm... Say goodbye. Okay. So, that's it. We'll be in touch, don't worry, and I'm fine, I'm sure. I just went into that big old space vagina. That wasn't a space vagina, it was a time vortex. Whatever. Anyway, I'm sure everybody will be fine, but you need to tune in because maybe we all died. I don't think you all died. Really? You're here? That is a very good point.